Hey guys. Okay, so first things first. I was going on my YouTube today, just kind of looking over like my old videos, and I realized that the last time I uploaded a video was 6 months ago. That's not okay. I've been really busy with work and just dealing with other things, so I haven't really had a chance to sit down and make a new video. So today I'm going to be talking about the Bare Minerals new foundation, Bare Skin. It's a brightening serum foundation, and it's pretty much like the new talk on the block. For a very long time, everybody who knows about Bare Minerals knows that Bare Minerals has always been kind of a loose powder type of company. We never had anything that was liquid, so this is like a really big deal. Just to give a little bit of a background, for those of you that don't know, I do work at Bare Minerals, so I was able to try the foundation way before it launched into stores, and I've got to say that it's probably one of the best liquid foundations I have ever tried. And I'm not saying it because I work for Bare Minerals, but I genuinely mean it. I've used everything from drugstore brand foundations to high-end foundations, and this one has definitely got to be by far probably one of the best ones that I've ever tried. So this is what the foundation looks like. It comes in this little box right here. And this shade is in Bare Linen. Now, Bare Linen for me at the moment is extremely too light for me. I got this foundation before it launched, so I got it as gratis. This was the shade that I was wearing in the winter time. So right now it's definitely going to be way too light for me. This is what it looks like. Mine has the little mine sticker, obviously, because it's mine. So this is what the bottle looks like. It is, how many ounces? It's 1 ounce. So even though people sometimes when they look at the bottle, they're like, oh my gosh, it's so tiny, like you're probably going to run through it super quick, but no. So this foundation is actually really concentrated, so you only need but a very small amount of this. A little bit is definitely going to go a long way. So just a little bit about the foundation itself. The foundation has SPF 20, so it has a little bit more sunscreen protection than our regular loose powder foundation. The loose powder foundation has SPF 15. This one has SPF 20. So this is a pure brightening serum foundation. Really good skincare benefits in it. It has vitamin C, so vitamin C is going to help brighten your skin tone over time. This foundation is proven to help fade away any dark spots, any acne scars, help with any type of redness. The really good thing about this foundation that I'm absolutely in love with is the fact that it's super lightweight on the skin. Most liquid foundations tend to be really heavy. You can definitely feel it throughout the day type of thing. This foundation, you literally don't feel it at all. It ends up looking just like your regular skin. Obviously, it helps a lot with evening out your skin tone. So me personally, I have a lot of redness, especially around like the center part of my face. I get really red just by talking, just by even moving my mouth. I get really red. So this foundation is amazing because it covers all of my redness. So as soon as I'm putting it on, I'm literally like amazed at how well it just covers all the redness. So this foundation retails for $29. It's the same price as our Ready foundation. And then sorry, that's the dog. The foundation is meant to be used with this brush right here. This is a Perfecting Face brush. It's a synthetic brush. It's really dense, and it has a little well inside of it. I don't know if you can really see it because of the lighting. So basically what you do is you do a couple drops at a time, and then you kind of buff it into the skin. So they say that 2 drops is sheer coverage, 4 drops is medium coverage, and 6 drops is for full coverage. So like I said, I've had this foundation already for a really long time, so I've been able to kind of play with it and figure out what works best as to apply it onto the skin. This foundation, there is no need to have to prime the skin. I've tried it both ways. I tried it with primer and I tried it without primer. Right now I'm currently using it without any primer, and that's definitely the best way to go. I feel like this foundation, if you put primer on prior to using it, it kind of just makes the foundation like slip and slide on your face. Because this is a serum foundation, it already has almost that like silicone feel to it. So if you kind of add that on top of a primer which already has that silicone feeling, it's definitely just going to be like too slippery, too soft, too silky. This foundation, although you don't have to prime, I definitely recommend that you do moisturize your face. If you do not moisturize your face, it's going to pick up on those dry areas, and no one wants to have those dry areas so noticeable. So for sure, before you apply it, just make sure that you wash your face and you moisturize your face. And then what you want to do is you want to shake it up really, really good. It has that little ball inside of it, so that's just going to help make sure that everything is mixed in together and kind of like, you know, doesn't separate on you. If you don't shake it and you pour it, you're going to notice the separation of it. It's going to be really, really like liquidy and just like clear. It's just, that's not what you want it to look like. So always get into the habit of shaking the bottle, making sure that the cap is completely on. When you undo it, you're going to feel like a little lock part. So that's what you want to make sure. You want to make sure that it locks before you shake it. If you don't and you open it, it's going to kind of go all over the place. And you don't want that. So after you shake it really, really good, you're going to start doing the drops. Now, like I said, I've been able to play with this foundation for a really long time, so I kind of know now how to apply it. I always tell my customers that although this brush has the well inside of it, and that's what it's intended for, it's just supposed to do the drops in there and kind of buff it into the skin. I feel like by dropping it into the well, it kind of like sucks up the foundation. And that whole rule of 2, 4, and 6 drops kind of goes out the door. So I figured that if you, instead of dropping the drops in it, if you kind of just like drizzle a little bit of the foundation around the perimeter of the brush on the like the higher part, not the well. If you kind of just drizzle it around there, and then you go ahead and like you stencil it on the face just to distribute the product a little bit more evenly, and then you buff it into the skin. So if you use a different synthetic brush, it's not going to work the same because the other brush is just going to suck up the whole product. And you're really just going to be wasting it because you're going to sit there and put more and more and more and more. You could use your fingers if you are into using your fingers to apply foundation. I myself am not. I have tried it with this foundation in specific, and I've noticed that it just streaks. It's not going to give you that same even coverage all over. So I definitely do recommend to purchase this brush. Just give it a try out and see how you like it. Maybe you'll love it, maybe you won't love it. I know that there's been a lot of mixed reviews about the brush itself, but like I said, the more you play with it, you're going to figure out a way that is going to work best for you. So that's honestly what it is. It's all about trial and error. Some things you're going to do different than other people, so be it. So another reason why I don't like putting the drops inside of the well, which I didn't say earlier, is because if you do put it in there, it is going to kind of suck up most of the product, but also you're going to really have to put a lot of pressure onto the brush so that you're able to kind of like spread the bristles out so that you're able to get the product in there, as opposed to drizzling it around the perimeter of the brush where you can immediately kind of get all of the product onto your face. So definitely try it out by just drizzling around the perimeter of the brush and stenciling it all over the face just to evenly distribute the product. And I think you're really going to like it. I honestly really do. I kind of added a little bit of like a get ready with me video towards the end of this part, so you can kind of see my before and after when I apply the foundation on. In the video, you're going to see this little teeny baby bottle that I used because I got my full-size bottle in bare linen, and since I've been tanning, I'm not that shade anymore. So I just took a couple samples from work that were a little bit darker in shade just so that I was able to use that. So the one that I used in the video is bare beige. But anyways, that's it. So I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or any comments or concerns, just leave them down on the bottom bar and I will get to answer it hopefully as soon as I can. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, please go ahead and do that. My Instagram name is BEBITAAX3. And yeah, anyways, comment, like, rate, subscribe this video, or subscribe to my channel. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Have a good one, guys. Bye. Hey guys, so I've already moisturized my face prior to filming this part. Just so you do know, my face is a little bit redder than normal because I did go to the tanning salon earlier today. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and start applying the foundation, not inside of the well of the brush, but around the perimeter of the brush. Always start off with a very small amount of foundation and work your way up. This foundation in specific is very concentrated, so you only need a very small amount. If you feel like you need a little bit more coverage, then just continue to add a little bit more to the brush. But always start off with a very small amount. We're going to go ahead and we're going to stencil this all over the face just to evenly distribute the product. Once you've done that, then you can go ahead and start buffing it into the skin. I'm going to go back and apply just a little bit more of the foundation to finish off the right side of my face and my forehead. Just a very small amount. After you're all done blending it out, it should look something like this. As you can see, a lot of the redness that I did have prior to putting the foundation on has been diminished. This foundation is amazing for color correcting your skin. If you have any type of redness, it will be gone instantly. Now that I'm all done applying the foundation, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the rest of my face. With this foundation in specific, there is no need to have to set it. I am a little bit more on the oily side than dry, so I do prefer to set my foundation. I'm going to grab a large fluffy brush and my touch-up veil in medium and apply it lightly all over the face to ensure that that extra shininess, oiliness, or dewiness is a little bit more mattified. After I've set my foundation, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit and I'm going to apply the shade Banana, which I've already hit pan, way past pan. I'm going to take that with a small, fluffy Real Techniques brush and I'm going to dust that underneath my under eye area. I don't really use concealer anymore just because it always tends to crease, and the less products that I can put on during the summertime, the better. So I'm just going to lightly pat that right underneath the under eye area and a little bit on top of my lid also. I'm also going to be taking the same banana shade and applying it lightly to my chin, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and on my forehead. This is just kind of really lightly highlighting. It's not going to be super intense, but it's also going to help mattify any areas, especially around my T-zone area. Grabbing my large fluffy blush brush from Real Techniques, I'm going to grab the colors Java and Fawn, mix together and apply those to the hollows of my cheek as my contour as well as my bronzer. Now that I'm all done applying my bronzer, I'm going to take my Bare Minerals blush in the Natural High. It's a really pretty color. It's kind of a mixture between a peachy coral color and a pink. A lot of people have compared it to NARS Orgasm Blush. It's beautiful. I'm going to grab the same exact brush that I used my bronzer in, and I'm going to apply that. Oh, well, there we go. Something just fell. Anyways, I'm going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks and kind of blending it in with my bronzer so that you can't really tell where my bronzer starts or where my blush starts. You kind of want to just fade them in together so that it creates like one really pretty shade. And that's the final look. So even though I did set my foundation with some touch-up veil, since this foundation is a brightening serum, you can still see that my skin has a really nice, healthy glow. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah!